Welcome to Heart and Home, a space for parents who are learning, unlearning, and trying again, even on the hard days. In this podcast, we look beyond behavior into the needs, emotions, and moments that shape our children and ourselves. Because parenting isn't about getting it right all the time. It's about being present, staying aware, and choosing how we show up when it matters most. If you're ready, let's begin. Welcome everybody to the Heart and Home podcast. I'm Glow and we have the one and only...
Well, I'm Taufik. Welcome back, guys. Yeah, we had a discussion before the offcast, and we had this discussion, and apparently we decided to keep to this format.
Yay!
Because we need somebody who has high energy, and the other one, which is like,
Yes, I need the high enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Okay, Taufik. So today's episode,
yeah,
we are actually going to talk about something not about the child, not about the parent. Well, not about the child.
yeah,
But we're going to talk about the environment.
the environment.
Can
Okay.
you tell me a little bit more? Most of the times parents try a lot of time to change the child's behavior.
Yeah.
What if it's not the child's behavior? What if it's the environment?
The whole.
The home. The home. And what else does it consist? Would the parents be part of the environment as well?
When we talk about parents, well, when we talk about environment, right, it is not just we don't. There's a few things to talk about. One, we talk about the physical space, right, and then we also talk about the emotional or the psychological space. Then we talk about psychological safety at home, and psychological safety is usually linked a lot to how parents control the climate or the temperature at home. So remember always the parts when we talk about tone, timing, temperature,
Yes.
right? And the temperature at home, what does that actually mean, temperature? So if you stay at home in a high conflict environment at home, the temperature is always very high, correct? And then if like there's zero conflict, no, there's no such thing as zero conflict.
Right.
If there's low conflict, that means temperature is cool or low. And we want to live in an environment with zero conflict. That's not going to happen. But realistically, a conflict, environment at home that has low conflict, that will work best. Yeah.
Okay. So the environment does affect
The environment does affect. It is almost like a nature-nurture situation now, because to have nurture, meaning that human beings are shaped and grow according to the space they live in, the people they live with, and the people that they are around. Yeah. So there's also this term that I'm sure you've heard it before, that our children are exact mirrors of us as parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've definitely heard that.
Correct?
Maybe
Yeah.
I've also used that term as well.
Yeah, but I think we will cover that a little bit more in depth in later chapters, because there's one chapter I really wrote, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was for me a chapter of really reflection also. Yeah.
Okay, so when you say that the environment also affects the child, can you tell us, tell the listeners, how does an environment that is healthy looks like?
One, there are routines.
Okay.
Routines are important. Why are routines important? Because parents always ask me this lah. Every time when I have my parenting workshops or seminars, one of the things I tell them very honestly is, I tell them that, how many of you have timetables at home? Timetables, right? So because the timetable will tell the child this time do what, this time do what, this time do what. And then the next question I ask them is this: how many of these timetables work? And you could see suddenly suddenly it's either laughter or it becomes like a Yeah.
I need to tell you something.
Sure, go ahead.
A couple months ago,
Yeah.
I was shooting for this TV series,
Yeah.
which was funnily enough also my side of the story dealt with bullying in school, which we'll
Okay.
talk about in later.
Yeah.
But there's this house.
Yeah.
I will not say whose house. I'll not say where.
Yeah.
But they had a timetable
Yeah. On the fridge,
on the fridge.
with covered by other notes, magnets, and everything else in between.
Lots of no. It was like clear right
Wow.
there, like right there. In
Okay.
fact, it was so stark and so like eye catching. We stopped.
Filming.
we didn't continue filming. Well, the rest of us we just gathered to like stare
Yeah.
at the
Whose
timetable.
house is this?
Cannot say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Tell me more about this timetable.
This timetable
Yeah.
was jam packed.
Okay.
This timetable was like ballet. After ballet, you got swimming. After swimming, you got tuition. After tuition, you got dinner. After
Okay.
dinner, you will continue with homework. After homework, you will sleep. And the next day will continue the same.
Wow.
And it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
It sounds-
Thursday. If I'm not wrong, Thursday was a rest day. Friday,
Thursday
Saturday.
rest day. Why Thursday rest day? Is it follow army? No,
I d-
no exercise on Thursday night.
I don't know.
Malam Jumaat cannot have exercise.
Ooh, malam Jumaat because But on Saturdays was packed as well. So we stopped and we were staring at it. We were like, ni anak siapa sia? Kesian sia budak ni. Yeah, so we were all just doing that.
So that isn't exactly a timetable.
It's
That's
not.
actually schedules.
That would be. I suppose
Yeah.
that would be a schedule.
That'll be like a schedule, and it's very packed.
Yeah.
How is this child? Or do we know this child or we don't know? This
Never
child?
got to see the child much. Yeah. Because like they usually leave before we start.
So
Yeah.
the biggest struggle about this is, okay, I'm going to say something that might sting a little bit.
Okay.
When we send our children for so many enrichment classes like this, like ballet, dance, music, martial arts, then the swimming, you know what? I see the value in it.
Okay.
I see the value in it because your child is busy, your child is occupied. So which means that the screen time will be managed.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And at the same time also, they pick up new skills. Swimming is an amazing skill.
Yeah.
I know people who are in their 30s and they don't know how to swim.
Yeah, me too. I have friends like that.
Yeah.
I judge them.
And to me, I found like, your mother never sent you swimming, meh? And to me, I see swimming as a survival. Like, it is something like, who knows? Like, I take a boat, the boat sink. Yeah, maybe I've been watching too many of these ferry movies now where they travel. But that's a side topic. It's a good skill to have. But I also want to warn, I also just want to put this disclaimer that where is the parenting being done?
Ooh. I do believe you've actually. Yeah.
Where is the parenting being done?
It's a very good question.
Because now what, as a parent, then I question, yes, as mom and dad, you are taking turns to send your child to this lesson, to that lesson. And you know what? I fully appreciate, I fully understand that. When does your child actually get to be a child? When do you actually then have time to play, to enjoy quality time together? And is that really parenting? Or is that just you are a free Grab driver?
Ooh.
I mean, this sounds very controversial, and I don't want, if parents you are listening, I don't want you to take this in a negative way. I didn't get this far in social services without challenging the status quo. Are we really doing parenting, or are we just a glorified Grab driver?
Ooh.
Because what do you do after you send your child? The the lesson is about an hour. What do? You wait in the car, or you sit down, have a drink,
Mm.
and then what? I know some parents are like, oh, I squeeze in a little bit of work. I want to challenge this.
Okay.
If you do send your child to music class, I say this because I know one mom and daughter, they go to music class together.
Oh, it's so cute. Okay.
And that's the mom sucked. The mom sucked. And because
Okay.
I had a one-to-one session with the mom, they said, hey, how's your music class with your daughter? She's better than me lah, like 10 times lah. Of course she is. She, at 48, your fingers don't have that dexterity
Yeah.
they are actually allowed to play the cello.
Right.
You don't have that dexterity to to play, whereas your daughter is more flexible, and her joints are not fully developed yet. So she's able to move accordingly. She has more freedom of movement.
Yeah.
So then they said, how is it? Sometimes she make fun of me.
Oh no.
And it's like, oh no. Well, then it's for you to improve lah. Right? Then you have to do better, right? Say, but then she's like, she actually, after like 5 sessions, she questioned, should I continue?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I told her that you should continue, because one, what you're actually doing is going for classes together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Because maybe last time, like, your mom or your parents didn't have the resources to send you for cello.
Yep.
And then you want to give the best to your daughter.
Yep.
And then why don't you take this opportunity to learn too?
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, her daughter's still better than her after like a year. But what happened is that because her daughter sees her trying, initially it was just like, "Ayah, mommy," but then after a while, right, they started practicing together.
Nice.
And what you see is mom and daughter spending time doing a common activity together.
Yep.
So then the question is, who created the environment? The one to allow you as a parent not to see you as somebody who is perfect, but to see that you're trying, you have flaws, you're vulnerable, you make mistakes, you're human.
Yeah.
Do you know that our children actually revere us to see that whatever we do, we can do no wrong?
Yeah.
But I give you this. Do you watch comics or like movies with superheroes?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Why do you think people like Superman?
Because he's super powerful, outrageous, integrity.
Yes, correct.
Morals super
But
high.
why do we actually relate better to Superman? Superman. Because he's vulnerable.
Yeah.
He's not strong all the time.
Yeah.
There's no one movie that Superman he's great all the time. There's always a downfall, and when we see him fall,
Yeah.
we are cheering him on, rooting
For him to
to recover.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is what our children are doing for us also.
Nice.
Children and youths are not attracted to us because of how strong we are.
Yeah.
They are drawn and they are magnetized to us because of we are not perfect.
Yeah.
We have flaws too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really, really profound.
Yeah.
I think even from an educator's perspective, I think that's that's something that I will continue to take on.
Yeah.
Because I had a student that spoke to me about it before. It's like, he was like talking about, I think when I was upset about something, and they said like it looked like it actually humanized me. I was like,
it made you human because you're human. You have ups, you have downs.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes, I'm human. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't crawl on the walls at night.
Yeah.
Okay. So Taufik, so would that, the mother and daughter going to play cello, would that be part of routine? That is routine, isn't it?
That'll be routine.
Okay.
Yeah, schedule.
Okay.
But there's also activities together. So when you actually schedule things to do together, it doesn't just equals to doing things together. It equals to spending quality time together.
Quality time.
As you know, I've started my my second book.
Yes.
Right? And I've started my interviews with fathers. I've interviewed 10 already.
Yeah.
If there's one common theme that all the fathers had, right,
Yeah.
is that when I ask them the question, how do you want your children to remember you? All of them said this. I want them to remember me by a father that has spent time together with them. Yeah. Wait for it. The book's coming out in August, guys.
Yay! Oh my god,
That's
then we can
the plan. That's the plan.
new podcasters.
Yeah.
Well, we're actually quite far from being done with this though. But okay.
Yeah.
Content for the year ahead. Yeah, and I think sidetrack for a while. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
I think that what you're doing for the Fathers of Our Voices is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
beneficial.
Voices of
'Cause-
our fathers.
Yeah, Voices
Yeah,
of Our Fathers.
yeah.
Because I do have some parents, like single fathers as well, and they do come to me and they talk to me and they ask me for advice, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm the best person right now. I can tell you what I know basics, but I think with Voices of Fathers, there'll be something
Yeah,
that
I mean, like, they can be part of the book too if they want.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
reach out to them.
can do an
And
open
you know what? And one funny thing that I found out that because you always say fathers not emotional, right?
They-
8 out of 10 of the fathers here started crying lah.
yeah.
Yeah. And when you see, right, and going back to the environment again, our children don't really see this all the time. But what they do see is that as dads, they are like firm, they're strict, and so on. But there's a softer side to fathers that nobody sees all the time, and this affects the environment at home. Because if you grew up in an environment at home that is very strict, that is very strict, that is very rigid, positive, there are positives to it. Positive is there's order, right?
Yes.
Because home is it's like a military machine. Yeah. That functions and it goes where it needs to go, it bees where it needs to be,
Yep.
and it does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Studies have also shown that if you grow up in a home whereby it's very rigid, there's also boundaries, which is also great. But the downfall is that our children might not have that creativity or that outspokenness or have that confidence because when there's too much structure, something's got to give. When there's
Not enough structure.
when there's not enough structure, there's also positives to that.
Yeah.
Children tend to be a little bit more expressive, creative. Yeah, but I think you are very different lah.
Yeah.
Because you grew up in a home with very strict structure.
Very structured.
Yeah.
But,
And your brother is the one
My brother
that
is
is like it's B, C, D,
Yes.
E, F, G, and
There's
he
definitely-
functions. And then if there's no structure, it's like no. We need to instill some form of structure.
Oh, you know my brother very well,
Of course I
actually.
do. and then you on the other hand, like, wee! It's like, screw this.
I'm literally the one who's like, I'm gonna paint clouds on the walls, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
Like I
What
started.
happened after that? After you painted?
I told my parents to look at it. I told them it was very beautiful, and I think they begrudgingly went,
They like,
because at that point I had just learned how to paint like clouds
wow.
realistically.
Okay.
And I was very young, and I was like,
Yeah.
yes, I love it. It's beautiful. Everyone deserves to see this.
It is an expression.
Yeah.
It is an extension of my of myself.
Of the outside to the inside. This is who I am. Nobody could.
Yeah.
They kind of knew that I was like,
Different.
yes, different's a great word.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with strange, but but yeah,
Well, that's a very harsh assessment.
I'm okay. I'm just
Now-
being
now-
self-aware.
Now we go back, right? When you, I mean, like, I'm going to like dig a bit deeper, Gloria.
Yeah,
So now, when you drew that clouds, right?
yeah.
Who had control of the environment
Me.
of your room?
Me.
So your parents actually give you time and space
Yeah.
begrudgingly
begrudgingly.
to express yourself.
Okay, my dad was always more supportive.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
yeah.
Huh.
My dad is always the like, yeah, come, girl, it's okay. Yeah. Like, what color you want your room? Dad, I have this thing in mind and I want it to look like old French room and I want it to be pink panels and light pink. And my dad, and this is like a 11-year-old child speaking to the father.
Yeah.
And my dad just like, okay lah.
Did he struggle with that?
Go buy the UIC paint.
What about your mom? How did your mom deal with this?
Oh no, me and my mom used to clash hits when I was younger.
Ah.
Yeah. She's the one that's like structured. Need this. Need that. She like when I was younger. Okay, so I grew through this whole period where I had like 17 piercings and whatnot, right? Steel toe boots. Yeah. Shout out to my friends, man, at City Hall, Memo. But anyways, amount of gigs I used to go to. Oi. But when I grew up, it was really rigid when I was with her. Like pearl necklace, red Mary Jane shoes. Don't get your white dress dirty. Walk straight with a book on your head. Try to walk. It was like that. So it turned out like when I hit my teens, it was like wee the other way around.
Rage against the
machine. Yeah.
And the machine was your mother.
I was the rage and the machine.
So now, right? Then we go back again to your room.
Yeah.
So you were given that space.
Yes. Yes.
If both your parents said no, what would have happened?
Not the proudest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There have been situations where I wanted to attend a particular school.
Yeah. Okay.
Which led me to the path that I was on for like many years.
Yeah.
So art school.
Yeah.
Both of them were really hesitant about letting me go to art school, which I thought was a fantastic choice. Thanks, rebellion. But anyways, I kind of like ran away a little bit. Rebelled really, really hard. Like, would not come home till like.
So that's actually one of the biggest fears of parents.
Yeah. A rebellious child.
Yeah.
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 I know.
That's the biggest fears.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of parents, they ask like, what if my daughter doesn't want to listen to me? Or what if my son don't want to listen to me anymore?
Yeah. I think for me, at least the way I viewed it, and I do remind like the parents that I talk to sometimes that ultimately you can want things for your child.
Yeah.
But the child eventually will develop their own character, their own personality, their own wants. What interests you and
might not be interesting to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I go back again to that question, right? When you're sending your child to all these enrichment classes, the cello, the dance, the singing, are you satisfying
your own need?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Your
or
own
is
need?
it for the child?
Or maybe because we didn't have last time. We didn't get it.
Correct.
So we want to get our children to experience it.
Yeah.
Are we doing it for ourselves?
We do it for a child.
Or are we doing it for our children?
Are we doing it as well to satisfy our own egos?
Yeah.
Because our friends are sending their kids to classes and there's a sense of competitiveness, especially
it could be a possibility.
especially in Singapore.
I'm not gonna
lock
rule
anything.
that
We're
out.
just saying, it's just questions.
Yeah.
We're just asking questions. But these are real questions.
Yeah.
I will say this, for me when I was younger, I went for ballet classes, violin classes, acting classes.
Did you like it?
Yeah, actually I was the problem. No, I'll tell you the truth, because like, don't give me newspapers because I'll find the adverts for these things and then I'll clip them out. I'll tell my parents what I want. And then they're like, alamak, this child very expensive. So for me it was different.
Yep.
For my other friends, it's definitely different because they were being pushed to go to. And so I would go to violin class like la 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 la. I'm so happy. I save up money. I buy my own violin. Na 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 na. And then you see the other friends of mine, and they look like yeah, correct. They're like on technicals, they are like amazing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to soul, it's like wow.
But they had no passion for it.
Correct, because that's not what they wanted.
Because it was enforced on them.
Yes. Yeah. So
How-
there's a big difference.
How do you think the home environment would be?
Well, not
Because
like
they are forced now.
they
Right?
don't paint clouds on the walls, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Maybe.
And I would assume that sometimes going for classes can be a challenge
Yeah.
because they are not in their right frame of mind,
Mm.
and they're doing it just for the sake of getting it done.
Mm.
Right? I have this story because now we go back again to like controlling the environment. Right? I have this story I want to share. It is one of my friends from Polytechnic.
Okay.
And there was one time I spoke to him online because like he was asking me because he knew I was working with children. He asked me like, "Hey bro, I need your favor. Listen, like I need your thoughts. She can share with me like my daughter. I mean, his daughter got a bit of special needs lah, and how she expresses herself is through drawing, painting, coloring,
Nice.
right? And the dad encourages this, and but then it came to a point, right, that 1/3 of her room is filled with canvases, like framed canvases, and like so like, and then she started drawing on the walls.
Oh wow, I relate to that.
Started drawing on the walls, and
Yeah.
then actually started drawing. It started out from drawing on the walls. Then and they both mom and dad said, "You know what? We buy for you this. You draw here." Then one canvas became 2, became 3. Next thing it became 60.
Oh.
And then and that was the problem because where are we going to keep all this? Where are we going to store all this? And a frame canvas is not cheap.
Yeah, it's not.
It's the cheapest one, the A4 size,
Yeah.
is $40.
Yeah,
at
God,
Upfront.
yeah. And God forbid she uses like oil painting. Whoa, it's
no,
going to
no.
be expensive.
But here's the thing that I really liked about about this friend of mine.
Yeah.
He encourages her creativity, like oil, water, acrylic,
Nice.
and the drawings became an extension of herself. When she's sad, she draw. When she's happy, she draw. When she's feeling, and you know what is the best part? Because like she does enjoy drawing so much, there was no issue with screen time. And you know, like a child that has slight autism, right? They tend to be fixated about.
Yeah, they're hyper focused.
They're hyper focused on one thing, right? And then he came up to me and we were just having a discussion like, how do I support this endeavor without being broke?
Yep.
And without being like struggling with how to keep all this. I just threw him this idea. Have you considered a 3 meter by 3 meter portion of your house to make it into like a wall? And then why didn't I think of that? So like a few weeks passed, and then I saw some photos on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
So he painted a 2 meter, because the floor ceiling to wall is about 2.8 meters, right? So we counted at 3 meter, 3 meter by 2 meter. So it became like a
giant canvas.
A giant canvas.
Yeah.
With washable and then he bought like washable paint.
Yeah.
And every the display will be only on for 2 weeks.
Nice.
After 2 weeks, they erase everything.
Yeah, and she can do something else.
And she will do something else.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, like like how you go to some Anytime Fitness, there's like the black wall and then the chalkboard.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? And then I saw like photos on Instagram.
Yeah.
This week's week and then week one art display. Then it was a few shots, and then it was like carousel of shots. And this became her portfolio.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
And initially it started out with just like like eye level. Then suddenly you see the whole above 2 meters. And then like her father took like a photo of her on the stairs.
Nice.
And then drawing that, I told her, no, I told him, bro, maybe don't post the photo with your daughter standing on the top of the ladder lah. Yeah. So they bought her like a high stool. Like and like not it's like a bench lah, one short bench and one higher bench. So if the daughter wants to go on the high one, she'll draw. Like.
Nice.
So that's actually controlling the environment.
Yeah.
Is to really give a space. And black and waterproof paint doesn't cost a lot. It's only like about $38 for 3 liters. Yeah. And every year he refreshes the wall.
Nice.
So every year they will just like coat it with a new layer.
Right. So that is more, so you can just keep going.
Yeah, because after washes it fits.
Correct. Yep.
Right? So it just refreshes the wall. And yeah, so that's really literally controlling the environment by how do we still encourage that creativity but not being broke.
Yeah. I get it.
I also want to ask this like how do you then make like a study area conducive to studying? Because I'll be very honest with everyone, right? In my 40 over consult that I have, if we had 40 lah, huh?
Yeah.
And you know what's the only one thing that a lot of parents keep asking me is this: Taufik, how do I help my child to be more motivated? It's like they're constantly distracted when they're studying.
Well, I feel like that's the first thing that's already being said. Like, how do you make a space that's conducive? And I think you've already answered that too, right? Yeah. Like, if there are too many distractions, there's a no.
Yeah. So then a few things I ask is this. I can tell you what works, but I also can tell you what doesn't work. I can tell you that the environment is a small percentage of whether your child wants to study or not. Right? Probably 20%, 30%.
Right.
And the environment by itself doesn't determine how much your child studies. It is just something for them to just the outcome is actually how the mental bandwidth that your child has. You know, some children cannot study more than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Below, you sit for a lecture, after half an hour, your backside itchy or not?
My backside itchy, and then if it's heavy, then I feel like my brain is fried.
Yeah. This is after how long?
30-40 minutes.
30-40 minutes, right? So if an adult brain, now we're going back again to chapter 2, the developing brain.
The developing brain, okay? Yeah.
If your child, if you cannot sit, because I've been in seminars whereby after like half an hour, I see people standing up at the back. If, as adults, we get tired and like, we need to distract ourselves by standing up or like, moving to the back just to make sure that we don't sleep, right? What makes you think? And then remember, our brain fully developed. Don't you think it will be just as difficult for a developing brain?
Yeah.
That is very stimulated with everything that they see.
Yep.
And I also want to challenge this also because every time we equate studying to amount of time spent, which is, I can just tell you what, oh mommy, I did maths for 3 hours today, but I only do 3 questions in 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
So I want to challenge this also a little bit. We need to see in terms of like not just about time but amount of work completed. So then it goes back how do we then get this? First, study area mustn't have so many distractions. When I say distractions, it cannot face the TV, it cannot face the window, it needs to face a shelf or a wall, right? And seating arrangement also is important. Okay? And then there was one mom who asked me, so what kind of light should I use? I know blue light is not very good for the eyes.
Okay.
To be very honest with you, white light or warm lighting, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else should I do? Now if you notice, then I told her this. If you notice your child getting distracted. So this was one tip that I shared with a parent. You have a bowl of lemons. Slices of lemons. Every time your child gets distracted or like feels tired, take one slice, put in your mouth and bite.
I've done that to myself before.
Where did you get this idea from?
No, because like sour things like perk me up like crazy.
Yeah.
So it started with like orange peels. Then I'm like, hey, you know what? Never mind. Let's go all the way. Just do like lemon.
Yeah.
So just like bite.
And the lemons, what it does, it like when you bite it, it triggers your olfactory and your gustatory senses. And it just sends signals to your brain that, wow. And have a sip of water and then continue. Yeah. But don't use it until like they have to just maybe put 3 or 4 slices lah. Don't put 25. If you put 25 slices, they might use all the 25 slices.
The teeth, citric acid.
Yeah. So do this. I mean, that's one strategy. And also be mindful that their brain, their developing brain, can only function in bursts of 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And you have to like 20 minutes, like there's this cycle called, this was taught to me by a primary 6 child. Mr. Taufik, have you heard of this Pomodoro method? Wait a minute. A Pomodoro?
Yeah, a Pomodoro
is a tomato.
Yeah.
And it's an Italian tomato that is good. That is used to make pizza.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the oblong one, the Pomodoro.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Because the Pomodoro, I know it's a tomato.
Yeah.
So the Pomodoro is like a 2-to-1 ratio. If you study for 20 minutes, you have a mental break for 10 minutes. And then you study for another 20 minutes and then 10 minutes. What if I study for 30 minutes? How? 30 minutes and then 50 minutes. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. So it gives that developing brain a burst of how to study, and then it gives them a time frame to just recuperate. And just do the maximum. 3 cycles is maximum, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. If you do 30, 15, 3 cycles is maximum. 2 it's enough. Yeah. And then now we are and make sure that the work done in that 30 minutes or 20 minutes is not too much, it's not too little. It needs to be the right amount. What is the right amount? This can only be determined by you when you actually sit down with them and what works for them, because some children can do 20 sums in 10 minutes.
Right.
Some children do 3 sums in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe the sums longer, right? So you have to be very mindful of this also. Yeah, that 2-to-1 ratio, the Pomodoro method. You can Google it. Yeah.
Pomodoro method. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. We kind of have to wrap this one up now. I do have one last question though.
Okay.
Wrap the Pomodoro up. If you could change one thing about the environment most children grow up in today, what would it be in our 2026 context?
While physical space is important.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to do with physical space. What's more important is that space that they have is supportive. and it's low conflict. And at the same time also, make sure that expectations are realistic. So when we talk about space, it's not just physical space anymore. We talk about physical, there's physical space lah, then the psychological space, and also the emotional space. So when we talk about space, this makes up the environment. And at the same time also, as parents, we also need to make sure that our expectations are realistic. Because I do have work with parents that their children is scoring 90% and they want more. Yeah, and how do you even squeeze that out of a child? And you also remember, right? Their brains are still developing. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Taufik. I think it goes hand in hand for all parents, for all families out there, that it's not always just the child. Sometimes it's also the environment, and you can play your part in creating.
And you are in the environment.
And you are in that environment, and you create that safe environment for the child.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Oh, sorry, no gang signs. Take care, guys.
Pomodoro sign is the Pomodoro sign. Bye.
Bye, guys.
If this episode spoke to you, don't let it end here. Subscribe to Heart and Home so that you don't miss the next conversation that could shift how you see your child and yourself. And if you know a parent who's in the thick of it right now, share this with them. Sometimes one perspective can change everything. We're building a community of parents who choose understanding over reaction, connection over control. So subscribe, share, and be part of this with us. If you do need a consult, DM us on Instagram consult to book a complimentary one-on-one clarity call. See you there.